Welcome to the second part of Android activity life cycle. In this video, we are going to implement the previous activity events that we looked at. So I'm going to create a new project by simply clicking create new project, and it will process. I'm going to start by creating just an empty activity. So I'll just click on empty activity and then say next. I'll not change anything here, but here I can just change it to be my application 2 because I have the first application 1. So this one I've called it my application 2, and this is the package name that's going to be used, and this application will be saved in this location, and I'm going to use Java, of course. Don't select Kotlin, we have to select Java, and I'm going to use the API, the minimum SDK of just ice creams that I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't have a little apps that a little Android platform that this application can execute from. But if you want to specifically use a different API, you can select it here. So for me, I'm going just to use this minimum API so that this app can run on all Android devices or all Android platforms. So after doing that, I'll just say finish, and then to start generating for us our app. Yes, as you can see, our activity has been created, and there are two things that are created for us, just like the way it said, the back end and the front end. I can close this, the back end that we have created for us, the Java class. I can close it, and I can also close this one so that we can see how we can access them from scratch. If I want to elapse everything, I can just simply click here, and then everything will be collapsed. So I'm going to navigate to both layout, the front end and the back end. So we begin with the front end. So the front end, of course, you'll find it inside the resources. So I click on app, and then I click on resources, then I click on on layouts, and you can see we have our layout for the activity, which is this one. We have the single activity and have our hello world here. If I see the source code of this layout, I just simply click on split and be able to see the source code. Then I'll come to the back end of this activity by simply coming to Java, and then click on our package here, and then you see the main activity, and this is it's a Java class that is being located to this one. So I'll open it, and then let us look at what we've been talking about before. We say that we must always implement on create, and that's why you see we have implemented on create, and this create receives a bundle, and then it returns the super on create, and then after it sets the content view. Remember what we talked about? This one is the one that sends the content view to be activity main. So to access, the first thing that I would like to tell you, to access anything here in the back end and in the front end, we use this R for resource. Okay, this R is a define constant inside the Android, so we can use it anytime to access anything that we want to use from the resource. For example, we want to set our layout, this layout, to be the main view on the screen of the activity. So remember, here in the previous discussion, we say that we have to set the this sent content view, and then we pass the view that should be displayed on the screen of the user. So this is how we connect this back end with the front end. So we use this one, set content view, and we use this arrow to access any layout here, anything, any resource that we want to use. So remember, this front end is inside the resources. So if I want to use that front end as my resource, so I just put r.layout, then I'm inside the layout. So if I have any other layout here, I can just access it by under r.layout, and then I specify .main activity, and this one is is this XML that we mean. If you want to know that you really mean this one, you can just press Ctrl and click on it, then it will open that layout that you're referring to. So that by doing this, we shall be able to do to get the activity with this layout that we referred to. So let me first run the application right now and see what we're going to have on our front screen. So I'll just simply click here on run. So you can see this is our application that has fully compiled. You can see the layout that we set here is the layout that has come to our application that we compiled. So now let us listen to different instances or different events that we discussed about previously. So I'll come back to application, and then right now we're going to listen to, let me first open the instances. We're going to first listen to on create. We already have it. We're going to look at the that on start and on resume. You're going to look at the on start and on resume. So to do that, just we shall use the same like the way this one is. So the Android IDE, it is smart and intelligent, and it will help us to do to program or write our code faster. So if you begin with a small o and then small n and put capital S and then put STAR, so you'll see the on start code will be suggested to you here. Okay, so if I press enter, automatically the on start code will be written to me. But if you have enough energy to write it by yourself and override it, it's okay. So I repeat it by just simply put on, then I put on start like this. Then this one will be executed. Okay, the most compulsory one is on create, but these others, they are just optional. So at this time I'm going to teach you how to debug Android apps, or how to print in the console so that we can be able to do to see the progress of our application. So to do that, we always first create a tag that we can use to access our information. So to create a tag in a simple way without too much hassle, I'll come here in the class of this activity outside and just put log t. Okay, just write log t in small letters and press enter. Then you'll see they'll create for you the tag. But if you want, you can also create for you by yourself. Okay, so you see the tag is just our activity name, but I can still change it if I want to. So for example, I can say my main activity, so that it should look completely different from this one. So this tag, I will use it to trace anything that I want to do to display in the console. So here I'm going to say I want to put a string, or I want to print in the console that the activity is starting. Okay, so to do that, I'll just come here and put log d. So this one, log d, will put information inside the console. So this log.d, it takes two parameters. First one is the tag that we created, and the second one is the is the string that we want to display. So it always take if you use the automation, this one is option, this string I can remove it, but here it can tell us on create, because we're inside the method of on create. So it says on create. So I can add here creating new activity. Okay, so I can put the dots here. So creating new activities. So if I want my code to be arranged, I just press Ctrl Alt and L, then the code will be arranged in the best way. So I can copy this tag if I don't want to repeat myself, and come here. Okay, I just come here and just put also another tag. Just put log d, and then you can see the method has been automatically placed here, and our tag has been placed here, because it is final and accessed in all the methods that are in this class. So I can put here starting the activity. So if you want to listen to something or to make a decision when activity is starting, so you have to put it here inside the on start. Let us look at another method. We have the on resume. Okay, so I'll just simply put here on resume by just writing a small letter on and then capital R and then resume. Then we'll see on resume. Let me also put something in console and say the app is resuming. Okay, and then we're going to implement this one and see how they're going to work. how they are going to be called. We have implemented the on create. This is necessary, compulsory, and it will be created. It will be called. We shall put this one in the console. Then you are going to implement the on start, and when it will be called, you shall put this one in the console. And we have implemented on resume. When this one will be called, remember these are called by the operating system, by the Android operating system. So when it will be called also, we shall put the app is resuming inside the console, and we shall use this tag with my main tag to trace for each of these ones. So I'll restart the app by simply putting here, and then to compile the app and then implement and resume inside our emulator. So our app has completely has completed compiling. So how shall we see these messages that we were putting in the console? To get the console, you come here to logcat. If you click on logcat, you'll be able to see all your messages. So I'm going to bring it a little bit up. I have used the desk pin simple application to keep this one always on top. You can also download that application, just search desk pins. You can use it to pin anything on top. Okay, so there we are. We have our IDE, our emulator, and here we're having our logcat. You see? So we can see our console is really having a lot of things. Every action that we make here, it comes in the console. So how do we make that? How do you make this console to filter all the information that we want? That's why we use the tag. So if I copy this tag the tag that I created and I paste it here, I'll be able to see only the information that I want. So can you see? This was put in the console on create. Then we started by creating, then started by starting, and started by resuming. Exactly just like the way we expected here. The on create is created, then on start is created, then the on resume is created. So let us try to go home and see what will happen. So if I want to delete anything, we just click here and then it will be deleted. So I've gone to the home of the application. Nothing we have displayed because we have not listened to on pause and the rest. So I'm going to open the application again and you see what will happen. So I'll go to application. Okay, I can just get it here and then I click here. So let us observe here in the console what is going to happen. So if I click, can you see? On start and on resume. But if you observe clearly, the on create was not called. So I mean that it was paused. It was stopped. It began on start and on what? On resumed. So it means that it was on what? On pause. Then it was stopped. Then it began on start and what? And then come back to on resume. So but the on create, it was not called. This on create, it was not called. So if we, let me delete everything again. If we just put this activity in the stack, it is still there. And if we switch to another app, for example this app, we can see nothing has happened. But if we come back to our activity, we can see no, this is not the one. This is the app. You see, again it came on start, again on what? On resume. So if you want to do any action in those instances, you can do them at that point. So if I pause it, let me delete everything. If I pause it and then click on it, again on start, on resume. So once the application goes to background in this mobile phone, it does what? It stops. It is stopped the activity, and then when I open it, the activity restarts. But it does not. It is not created. So it is created only when I completely destroy. How do I destroy? By moving this one out of memory, and then if I try to open the activity again. Where is it though? Is it my application? I think it is this one, my application 2. So when I open the activity again, remember I destroyed it. So you see, on create is called afresh, and on start is called afresh, and on resume is called afresh. So let us look at other instances or other events. So I'll collapse our console, and then I will come here and we're going to listen to on resume, on stop, and on destroy. So to do that, I'll just simply come here and put on what? On pause, on pause. So I can put here log D, and say the app is pausing. So if you want to do anything, maybe like if someone leaves the application, you want to save the data in the database before he closes, so you have to do it at this point. So we look at that's on pause. Let us look at on what? On stop, and then on destroy. On stop, then I've just put here log D, and then I say the app is stopping right now. Okay, and then lastly I'll put on destroy. So I just put log D, and then I just put on destroy. Oh no, sorry, I just put on destroy, and then I come and put log D and say the app is being destroyed. So that one will be called when the app is being destroyed. So let us again run our app. So the app has successfully run. So let me expand my log cut or my console, so you can see we are having on create has been called, we are having on start has been called, and having the on resume has been called. Okay, of course those one have to be called. Let me delete everything. Now let me try to put this app in the background. Tap. Can you see the app is pausing? So the on pause was called and the app was stopped also at the same way. I mean the activity was also stopped. If I again open, then you see the on start will be created, and the on start will be created, and on resume will be created. So if I go back home, you see on pause and on stop. Again, if I open the application, on start and on resume. Now let me delete everything and let me now destroy the application. If I destroy the application by moving it out of the stack, then you can see the app is being paused, and then is being stopped, and the app is being destroyed. You can see the app has been destroyed. So I mean that if we open the app again, it will be created afresh and follow the same life cycle. So we begin again on create because it had destroyed it at starting, and then on resuming. So here on pause again, if we open on start and on resume. Now if we destroy it, and then if we destroy it, you see the app has been destroyed. So if you want to listen to each individual instance, you can listen by just overriding these existing instances. I won't go beyond here. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please like and share it, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not subscribed, and let us meet in another video. We are going to learn more about Android programming. Thank you for watching. Take care.